Once there lived a nasty fellow. How nasty was he? Well, he hated Halloween. He was one of these people who put out the lights on Halloween and pretended he wasn't home. And if kids came to knock on the door crying trick or treat, he'd say, "Go away! Smell my feet!" Stuff like that. I told you, nasty. One Halloween he thought, "You know what I'm gonna do this Halloween? I'm just gonna make for myself some fish soup. I'll go down to the Bronx River and catch some fish. I'll milk my cow, and then I'll just make some soup. Fish soup. But before he left his house, he thought, if I'm not in this house, and kids come by to trick or treat, and they find no treats, they might play some trick on me. Maybe mess up the house, hit it with some rotten eggs or something like that, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I know what to do. I'll get them." And then, blink, he put out a bowl. Everyone put out a bowl. And you know what seems to be inside? Gummy worms. And the fellow went out back to milk his boo cow. Everyone make that cow now say boo. You can say moo too. Well, some kids came round trick-or-treating, dressed up like superheroes and ninjas and princesses. And they cried, "Hey, look, that nasty fellow. Did he put something out for Halloween? Yeah, it's kind of dark, but it looks like gummy worms. I love gummy worms. Do you like gummy worms? Tell someone next to you your favorite flavor." "Mine's grape." "Well, let's pick up a gummy worm. It's just a story, so why not? Let's have a bite like the kids in the story." Uh-oh. These aren't gummy worms. I know. Blah, blah. They're real worms. Everyone go blah, 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 blah. And you can spit some worms out of someone sitting next to you. Blah, blah. Well, it happened that there hobbled by some hobgoblins. When they saw how nasty that nasty fellow was, they thought they would get him back. So they played a little trick on him. Let's see what they did. Everyone hold up your hands and turn them into hobgoblin fingers and give them a wiggle. And now go shh. And they played a trick on that nasty fellow. Why, they made the milk coming out of that cow into vanilla ice cream. The nasty fellow winced. Vanilla? Oh, I don't like vanilla. Why couldn't this cow be giving me my favorite flavor? I like garlic ice cream. I'll just have to take it anyway. Maybe I'll have to make something with ice cream. So everyone, let's milk the cow a little bit. You squeeze and pull, cup your hands, get some ice cream there. And put it in your pockets there. Squish it up there, that's good too. And then the nasty fellow thought, well, at least I can catch a fish. Well, he went down to the Bronx River, found his fishing pole and cast it in there, and at once he caught a fish. So reel it in. Oh, there's the fish. Turn your hand into the flopping fish and grab it, but just then the hobgoblins played another trick, and they turned that flapping fish into 17 lollipops. What? Pretend you're holding those lollipops. The nasty fellow said, "Lollipops? What happened here? Let's see if my favorite flavor is here. That one looks like cherry, grape, orange, bleh, lemon. Oh, isn't there a garlic lollipop here?" He stuck all those lollipops, all 17 of them, in his mouth. And with that, Lollipop juice dripped down his chin, into his shirt, into his pants, into his socks. He didn't care, that's how nasty he was, and he started to walk home. Lollipops in his mouth. Pretend you've got those lollipops in your mouth, and if you want, you can stand up and walk around like that nasty fellow. I hate Halloween trick-or-treaters, just little beggars. Well, the hobgoblins saw this, and they had another trick. Hold up your hobgoblin hands, give them a wiggle, go shh, and then they threw a pumpkin right at the nasty fellow's head, and it bloop, knocked him right on the noggin, and this is what happened. Roly, 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 bouncy, 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 roly, 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 bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Everyone saying, roly, 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 bouncy, 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 roly, 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 bouncy, 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 and say swish. Oh, a bunch of trick-or-treaters checking out what was in their loot bag, well, said this, oh, I have some chocolate. I have a candy apple that's pretty dandy. What is it? I have a big old hairy head in my Halloween bag. Where? And a little boy dressed up like a ninja started to cry. Well, along came some kids dressed up, like surfer dudes with sunglasses on, man, and their hands out like this, man. They were like, whoa, dude, you have a head in your Halloween bag? That's totally gnarly. Let's check it out. If you're brave enough, reach into that little kid's Halloween bag and lift up the nasty head by the ears. Guess who it was? That nasty fellow who was saying, hey, you kids, don't just stand there looking at me. Put my head back on my body. And the kids said, for sure, dude. And boop, they put the head back on. And the nasty fellow said, I suppose I'll have to give you a reward for getting my head back on. All right, I know. And he reached into his mouth and pulled out those lollipops. Here you go. Hey, dude, you're like getting lollipop juice all over us? Whoa. Come on, man, you're getting him on my Tony Banana shorts. Man. All right, if you don't want those lollipops, I'll take them. And he put the lollipops back into his mouth, went back to his house, and there he thought, no fish, just ice cream and lollipops. Now I'll have to make myself ice cream lollipop soup. And so he reached into his pocket and pulled out the ice cream and put it in. Reached down his mouth and pulled out some of those lollipops, put them in. He left a lot of them in there, though, and then he began to stir it up. Go ahead and stir up that soup. And well, with the oven on and the warmth inside that little kitchen, it kind of, made the nasty fellow have to, everyone say, Achoo! And he sneezed so hard, his head flew, right out of the window. And it went rolling down the grand concourse with a roly, 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 bouncy, 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 roly, 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 bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Everyone say, roly, 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 yeah, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy again, roly, 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 bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Now make it quiet, say, roly, 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 shh, bouncy, 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 roly, 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 shh, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And the nasty fellow's noggin head was all gone. Or was it? Now, my friends, I've been up and down the grand course around at Halloween. You watch out. If you're going trick-or-treating and you happen to see what looks like a pumpkin rolling by, look out. If you happen to see in the mouth of that pumpkin lollipops, don't pick it up, 'cause that's the head of that nasty fellow. His nasty pumpkin head comes rolling round every Halloween. And I say, just let it go by, and when it does, say, Happy Halloween. And that's the story of Roly Head.